Welcome back. Going into the second half here of episode 172 or 6082, if you're going by Co's methodology of numbering the show. It's been a month. We have an hour and change-ish to talk about all the stuff that we've been playing the past month. I don't think we're going to do that. I'm just going to set that out there and let everyone know. We're going to talk Fallout. We're going to talk Indie Week.
Wait,
What?
you said we have an hour and 15 minutes?
Something like that, yeah.
That's about enough time for my Fallout rant.
I figured as much. I figured that's going to take up most of the show. So we'll probably start with that. But before we do, I do want to mention next Thursday, we're going to have a show next Wednesday as well. But next Thursday, me, Zeke, Rami Ismail, and someone else, we're not sure who the fourth person is going to be, are going to be restreaming the Game Awards that are happening on next Thursday evening starting at 8 o'clock, 8:30 Eastern. We'll be going live at 8 Eastern to talk about all the stuff that they're showing, they're giving away, their announcements, blah, blah, blah. So if you want to watch that, feel free to stop by the channel. We'll also have VODs of it that I'm sure are going to get claimed by a billion different people, but that's just how it goes with that stuff.
Also, real quick little added bonus. During the course of the show, we got notified that during the Game Awards that you can watch here with JP and friends, they will be making an announcement from Obsidian, probably about their new stuff that they've been teasing for a while. So that could be pretty cool, especially considering they just got purchased by Microsoft. So whatever is about to be announced is probably going to be bankroll.
Right.
So that's nice. Yeah.
Damn. I didn't know that. Okay.
Not to point out anything that's annoying me or anything, but like, I like that you said JP and friends, like they did with the TwitchCon with JP Co and much more. it's that was a nice, that was a good one. It still stings. Still stings a little.
JP friends and the guy with red hair.
Yeah, the Wendy's looking motherfucker. That guy. That guy's gonna be there. Yeah, he'll be there for that. It'll be fun. And then the other housekeeping note: we are also on iTunes and other places where podcasts are available. So if you do want to listen to the MP3 version of the show, you can grab it. Usually most Wednesday nights once I get all that stuff uploaded. So appreciate everyone that's been leaving reviews and whatnot. It helps to get the show out there and put in places where it hasn't been before. So thank you so much for that. Let's talk Fallout 76. I have been waiting for this. We took 2 weeks off from the show, one of them so that you could do the launch of Fallout 76. Co, you said you put 100 hours into it. And you said you had an hour and a half rant for us, which...
Well, okay.
Fallout 76.
First of all, I'm gonna reduce this to just talking points because anyone that's been watching my channel for the last 2 weeks has probably heard this anywhere between 10 and 600 times. So I'm gonna keep it kind of short. Here is the TLDR, which is not very short. That kind of focuses on the key components of this. So here we go. We have Bethesda, a large overarching company. They are at this point one of the bigger companies out there. They have a fleet of talented publishers under their umbrella, and they have been developing games now for a pretty good amount of time. So, we had Fallout 3 and we had New Vegas, which was by Obsidian, but with some Bethesda help. We had Fallout 4, and all of these games have had issues to the point, and this also includes Skyrim, to the point where people just kind of expect Bethesda games to have issues, because a lot of times, Bethesda will release a game, they'll have a pretty good amount of problems. Then all of a sudden the mod community sweeps in like a superhero and starts turning, this like lump of clay into a finished sculpture, which is what's been happening over and over. So then we have Fallout 76. Now, Fallout 76 by itself, there's one word associated with Fallout 76, and that's risk. And that is when you take an established IP that has lots of, establishment, and then you start doing things that are completely outside of the comfort zone of those people that play it. Things like removing all the NPCs. Things like putting a cash shop in it. Things like making it multiplayer with PvP. Like taking all these big risks with IP. Now, risks are not inherently bad. Change is not inherently bad. In fact, it's kind of awesome to see developers sometimes try new things with their IPs. That's great. The issue is when you try new things with an IP, but you do it in such a messy, unprofessional, and half-assed way that it turns an established IP into a quivering, pathetic mess. And that, friends, is what Fallout 76 is. It is a buggy, unfinished, poorly designed mess of a game. And the problem is that not only is this what it is, but it covers what could have been a very awesome and interesting Fallout experience. Now, I have put 100 hours into this game. I haven't done that for any of the reasons I've talked about so far. I've put 100 hours in this game for things like what you're looking at right now. Fully fleshed out and interesting designs with their own contained stories. Interesting lore lines that take you through all sorts of abandoned military complexes and secret underground bunkers where you learn of all these undercover plots, and all these back alley deals that were made between these secessionists, like secret bases that the army didn't even know existed at the time. There's all sorts of really awesome stuff in this game, but you unfortunately have to see it through this broken, cracked, dirty lens that is the Bethesda coders and game studio. Now, the big thing here now, and here's where it gets really just nasty. Now, it's bad when a game is released and it's kind of a buggy mess. And there's all sorts of reasons that games are released in buggy messes. Be it the publishing company forced out the door, or maybe the developers were actually really good, but they didn't have enough time to do it. Or maybe there was some, financial issue and they had to release the game before it was sold. But here's the problem. This is Bethesda. This is from Bethesda, by Bethesda, for Fallout fans. They're not beholden to anyone but themselves, unless ZeniMax forced out the door, which we haven't heard anything about that in. And even then, it's like all in-house. So the problem is all the excuses that these other companies would have for releasing these subpar products, like Bethesda has none of those. They could have pushed the game back a few months. They could have kept working on it. They could have waited to charge $60 for something that wasn't completely buggy and like there's so many things that they could have done, but they took, like, if you look back at it, they took almost the exact path that you would do when you just either don't care at all about your product, but you don't care at all about your consumers. And here's the problem. They then have a beta. And in the beta, before the game is released, so many major issues come out. So many major issues. Like infinite XP exploits, items that you can repeat. There's duping bugs in the game. You can become invincible. You can grief through the PvP thing that makes it so you're not even supposed to PvP. Tons of issues. No push to talk. Like just crazy stuff. They then put up a message basically saying that, yeah, some of this stuff is coming and the other stuff we don't want to change, which then made the community furious. Then they put up this other thing saying, okay, we'll give you a few things. Then they go silent for a week and they just release the game in this terrible state that everyone said was basically unplayable. I've been playing it for 10 weeks or 10 days. There's not a single part of this game that works properly. Like almost everything is in some way messed up or bugged. And now we finally have a patch coming on the 4th, which is great, and it's adding in some good stuff. Then we have a second major patch coming on the 11th, and every single item in both of those patches should have been in the game before it was released. So that's Fallout 76. It's this giant display of Bethesda basically saying like we don't know how to do this anymore. And the people that are making decisions on these games could not possibly give less of a shit about your gaming experience, because we're going to give you a game that you can barely even play. There are entire mechanics in it that don't even work properly. And then we're going to do a beta, claim we're going to use it to get feedback, ignore all of it, and then go on vacation for a couple weeks. Oh, and it's $60, by the way. Oh, and there's a cash shop if you want to spend more. By the way, that nice power armor paint that you want that's camouflaged, yeah, it's $18.
Jeez.
You want the one that's blue with a stripe of yellow? That's $9.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
that's a good meme.
And the thing, and here's the thing. Everything I've just said, like I've said 10 plus times on my stream. And it frustrates me more than anyone, because I like Bethesda. I know people that work there. I know some of the people that are also furious at the state of the game because they put their heart and soul into other parts of this game. Like, the music is fantastic. The world is awesome to explore. Like, there's really cool things in this game. It's just the other parts basically completely ruin those parts. And yeah, man, it's terrible. It's just terrible. And the worst part is it's like, even in on the 11th, when all this stuff is in the game, that should have been in, again, that was all feedback they got in beta. We don't even know if that's going to introduce new bugs. It's like, by now we should have been getting new stuff anyway. Like, there's just all these things about it where I hate to say it, but a lot of people were saying like, hey, Co, when they fix the game, you know, are you going to be happy? Like once everything is good and in a year, if the game's better, you're going to be good. And all I can say to them is, dude, the damage is done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm ever going to look at a Bethesda release the same way. Like when ES6 comes out, when Starfield comes out, like if this is what the state that Bethesda is okay with in releasing a product, if this is what they're going to charge $60 for, I don't see how anyone should be buying their products. Like it's just it's like it's the kind of thing where it's going to be one of the first times where I'm going to be like, we probably shouldn't pre-order this. And that feels so weird to say when it's like a company that you grew up with and you've like really enjoyed. Like just to get to the point where you're just like, I don't know what happened to these guys, but it's bad. Like, but I don't know how we got here, but we're here and it's bad. Like it couldn't be clearer that they do not care about not giving people their money's worth. Scene.
How much do you think? And
that wasn't too bad. Like 12 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. How much do you think? And obviously we'll never know this, and it's more just your opinion that I'm asking for, not actual facts. But how much do you think it is the money holders, the shareholders at Bethesda that were the ones kind of pushing this game out the door, and not the devs? Like, what if you were to place blame on someone? Which again, you're not someone that would know this information, but where would you think that would be?
It's like, this is a very interesting discussion, JP, especially working with a little bit of information that we have. Here is what I can say about this. The only things that we have to work on, like the only information we know for sure, is that Bethesda has had these issues in games for years. So I don't want to go as far as saying like the coders are bad, because it may be the people telling the coders what to work on that's the issue. Like, for instance, one thing that's super telling is that there's this particular bug in Fallout 76 with the lever action rifle. It holds 5 bullets. If you fire a single shot, he will then load 5 bullets into the thing in a reload animation. If you fire 2 bullets, he will then load 5 bullets into the gun. It's just bugged. It's a completely bugged thing. That bug was in Fallout 4. So the only thing here that leads me to believe like a lot of times it's real easy to say, no, the devs are probably good, but it's just the people that are not gamers, the people that are just there to make the money at Bethesda. They just wanted to ship it out before Christmas, right? Yeah. It's probably all their fault. But at the same time, you really have to go like, who's making the decision to not fix this stuff? How did QA not catch the same bug twice? And another big thing is talking about the QA stuff. A lot of the bugs in this game, everyone gets. So it's just the kind of thing where it's like, any QA would have caught this. Not like good QAing. Like, if you would have played your game, you would have seen that there are major game-breaking bugs. I have fought the endgame boss, the Scorch Beast Queen, twice. Both times the server has crashed that I've been on. And that's the last thing there is to do in the game. Like, yeah. I had to come back in the second, and the third time we actually did kill it. And it almost didn't drop loot for me. The loot like hung up for almost a full 2 minutes, and I was like sitting there freaking out, like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't Dan saying that yesterday?
It happened to Dan as well.
Oh yeah. No, Dan fought the Scorched Beast Queen, and he crashed during like the. Not only did he and this happened to me too. Not only did he crash once, but then he came back in, and then the whole server crashed. So yeah, and that's just like, apparently one of the experience exploits crashes the server you're on.
Huh.
So it's like, if you're playing the game and some other jerk logs in and starts exploiting experience, if he does that enough time, everyone on the server dies. And if the servers go down, you lose all the workshops you controlled. Your base generally gets completely trashed, which is another huge bug. Like, it's again, it's just a mess. But to go back to your original question, this is what we know for sure. I don't know who to blame for this. I don't know if it's the devs. I don't know if it's the people making decisions. I don't know if it's ZeniMax telling Bethesda, I don't care what state the game is, you're releasing it tomorrow. All I know is for sure that somewhere in the ZeniMax Bethesda stronghold, something is broken. And I don't mean like a little bit. I mean like that company, everything that made Fallout 76 come out when it did in the state it did, There are fundamental flaws. There is a cancer in that production way. Whatever formed this, somewhere there is something actively working against gamers and people that want to enjoy this product. Be it for money, be it for time, be it for something. But something over there is broken. And here's the result.
Makes sense.
That's all we know for sure. No idea what it is, though.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of these questions are like devil's advocate questions, but do you think
for sure.
with the release of Red Dead and Red Dead being this like insane polished thing that just shouldn't really exist, especially by today's standards in gaming, where stuff like Fallout 76 and other early access titles are what you get the majority of the time. Do you think that like highlights a lot of the issues in this for people?
Not only does it highlight it, dude, it shines the spotlight on it. Because now you have other companies. You have Horizon Zero Dawn. You have Red Dead Redemption 2. You have God of War. You have companies that are going the extra mile to make sure that the consumer gets a great experience. And then you have companies like this that are trying to steal the money from the consumer by trying to give you something that they say is worth a value that is clearly not worth that value. People say, they charge $60 for this game and say it's a finished product. This is a $30 early access product, and $30 is generous. It's not finished. It's not done. It doesn't work. It's like just another example of the game just having like no idea. The whole game is revolving around collecting plans, right? Like you collect plans for guns, you collect plans for armor crates, all these things. There's nothing in the game to tell you what plans you've already bought.
Wait.
Nothing, unless you go to a table and you actually craft it. So here's where it gets just shitty. So you go to a vendor and it's like the vendor says, here's a really good mod for some armor that you can't make yet. Well, because you can't make that armor yet, you can't go to a bench to see if you have the option. There's no way in the game to know if you have that plan or not. It just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's because that system was put in after just for Fallout 76, and nobody thought about it because it's not a finished game. It's like, that's the end game. The end game is basically collecting plans you don't have. You basically can't do that because there's no way to verify what you have and what you don't. I've already bought plans that I thought I didn't have like 5 or 6 times, just wasting money because the game doesn't even let me know what I already know. Right. And that's just one of 100 things I can tell you about this game that are just like not thought out or not well designed. The PvP is a joke. All the PvP in the game is just a joke. It's an absolute joke. It's not a joke because it's bad PvP. It's a joke because they didn't design it properly. They didn't sit down and make the mechanics to make it function. They just put in some stuff that kind of works, and they're like, okay.
Right. Whoops.
I absolutely love hearing you talk about this because this is the perfect example of someone who wants to love something so badly and has been let down over and over again. It's just this, you can hear it when your voice, like your pitch raises. You're like, just come on. I mean, what the fuck?
Dude, and that's exactly how I sound. That's exactly how I sound right now. But no, it's the kind of thing where what's funny is people have been saying for the last 10 days, like, oh my God, like Bethesda's changed Co. Co hates Bethesda now. He's never going to play another Bethesda product. It's the opposite of that. I love Bethesda. Everything I say comes from a place of love. And I'm saying this with the explicit reason of a disappointed father looking at their kid and going, I know you can do better. I know you're better than this. You can make, this could have been an awesome game. Like playing Fallout with your buddies. Like there was this one time when we launched one of our nukes and the nuke is going off in front of us. And I took this picture and I'm with literally 13 people from my stream. I look to the left, I look to the right. There's all these people in power armor. We all start sprinting at the same time. The sky's getting dark. Like all the gas from the atom bomb is coming in. Everything's getting like foggy. And all of a sudden these queens come through the mist, these giant beasts. And I say on stream, you see me, I'm just sitting there like, this is awesome. Like, this is so cool. This is like, I never thought I experienced this in Fallout. The server crashed 5 minutes later.
All that was lost?
First I crashed. And then I got back in and miraculously like a bunch of people crashed, and I got back in and miraculously it was still working. And then the server crashed.
Huh.
So it was like a group of us crashed, and then we got back in, and then the server crashed. And that's the whole reason the only word I can think to say about this is I'm passionate about it, because like Fallout's my baby, man. Fallout 1 showed me how amazing video games could be. To see Bethesda like have this be the latest entry is not only like frustrating, it's just kind of like it's disappointing, and frankly it's a little embarrassing, where it's just like, dude, you're a multi-million-dollar software development company. This isn't your first rodeo.
Right.
You didn't have to force this game out before Christmas. You know, you were the ones making these decisions. Like, there's zero reason that it should look like this, man. And again, they're trying to fix it now, and more power to them. But the only thing I hope from all this is that, man, I hope this was the wake-up call they so desperately need. I really hope that they see all these people saying how terrible this game is, not buying it, refunding it. Like, I really hope that someone at Bethesda is like, you know what? Maybe we should just start making good games. and then someone else next to him goes, do you think we'd make more money that way? And then the 300-pound guy at the top that has money just drooling out of his mouth is like, you said we would make more money if you did that? And then at that point, it all just like, then it actually starts doing something, you know? And like, I don't know, man. It's just, I hope that something positive comes from 76, because I hate to see my beloved Fallout franchise just get decimated by reviewers, people saying it's like one of the worst games ever made. Like, it hurts me, man. Like, that sucks. Like, you know, I want the next Fallout to be like the next, like, this is where it gets hard, to go back to the thing you said earlier, to see this and know that we have Cyberpunk 2077 around the corner. It's like they live in two different worlds, man. It's like they live in two different worlds.
Yeah.
The only thing I can chime in on is like for the hours, like however long we play, like 4 hours, 3 hours, whatever, however long we played it,
a couple hours.
Like I didn't experience a lot of it, but the things that I noticed just from that handful of things, or handful of hours, was the graphics are like, it's just, I mean, it's boggling that they put out something new with the graphics that are like from 10 years ago, you know? And it's a fucking bug fest in 4 hours. But relabeling shit is like the oldest marketing trick in the book.
Sure.
It's Coke, new Coke. Like, it's taken like a toy, and it was He-Man, and now it's like another toy, same exact like fucking plastic model.
Right.
So, hey, Zeke, just out of curiosity, do you know about what they're doing with ES6 and Starfield? The next two big projects from Bethesda?
No, I do not.
They've already announced they're using the same engine as Fallout 76.
Yeah, I saw that. And didn't they announce previously that they were going to use the new engine?
No. What they said was, in an interview a long time ago, Todd Howard said specifically that the reason he wasn't developing Elder Scrolls 6 at the time was because technology hadn't caught up yet. And everyone was assuming that was a hint towards a new engine and everything. So now that we've since confirmed that ES6 and Starfield are going to be using this engine, that's making all of us a lot more concerned about what Todd was talking about.
Yeah.
If this is Todd's current vision.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
it's like, hey, how about instead of this new tech, Todd, you just, make your current shit work.
Right. We've had Rami on the show to kind of talk about game engines and the massive undertaking that they are. But if now's not the time to like dig deep, shelve the whole Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Starfield world, and like go into seclusion for 2 to 3 years, I don't know when the time is.
Here's the thing with Bethesda. Like, not only that, dude, this is kind of brutal, but I think Bethesda at this point needs to think about shutting down BGS. I think Bethesda needs to seriously think, like, especially after 76, their reliance on modders making their games something really playable and special
Right.
is something that they've done in the years, but I just don't know if it's going to fly anymore. And you know, they're really, really good publishers. They've been great publishers. They brought us games like Prey and Wolfenstein, and we've got Rage 2 coming up, and Doom 2. Like, they're killing it as publishers. They're arguably one of my favorite publishers. But in terms of like crafting and get, like, maybe they should start thinking about making another company make Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield. Not gonna lie, New Vegas is one of the best Fallouts, and that was by Obsidian.
Yeah.
I mean, is it really that bad to not to you know, give it to a, I mean, and now that they have this fleet of talented companies under their umbrella, utilize what you got, man, because it's becoming very clear what you don't got. And that is the ability to deliver a quality product at $60.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's a dark time, dude. It's a real dark time for Bethesda. This is the worst it's ever been, no question. Bethesda. It's going to be very telling to see how they're going to pull out of it. Another good thing, by the way, for anyone that actually is playing Fallout 76, they did put a post on Reddit yesterday, I think.
Oh yeah, I did see
and it's
this.
basically a big "I'm sorry," where they're like, hey, you know, we know you're frustrated with the state of this game. Here's the upcoming patches we're doing, which again are good, but should have already been done. And they actually say in this post, like, we're going to start delivering weekly messages from Bethesda to you. I mean, that's a good start, considering Bethesda has not been a company that's really done that in the past. So, you know, if this brings any kind of improvement, that'll be great. But there's no question that this is like, this is the bottom. Like, it's anywhere up from here kind of thing in terms of quality and releases. So let's see where they go with it.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna say, like, before, with the apology just makes it so much better, because Bethesda like took a fucking huge shit on your head, and then they're like, we wiped it off now. Better?
We're sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, the other side of that is, what else are they going to do? Because that's what you do in this situation, right? Like,
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
it's
Really.
what you have. Otherwise, people would be claiming they're not even talking to us. So, like, it's a double-edged sword of, you just fucked up.
Well, and of
you
course,
own it.
there's two other fun Bethesda things going on. First of all, there's a class action lawsuit that is being
I saw
put
this.
together for the fact that Bethesda has been being kind of back and forth about taking refunds. And also, there is this new bit of fun stuff out where when they showed the collector's edition, there was a canvas bag in the picture.
I saw this
And
too.
when everyone got their collector's editions, I can vouch that it's just like a nylon bag. Like, don't get it too close to any source of flame, or the whole thing's just, you know, like, it's as thin as you can possibly make nylon. And apparently Bethesda's official response to this, of the bait and switch, which is exactly what they did. They showed one thing and then delivered another thing. They were just like, oh yeah, that was a prototype, and we decided not to go with it.
Yeah. That was from like a support person, right? That
Yeah.
said that? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, that's cool,
God.
but you understand that's in the picture on Amazon right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's cool if you prototyped it, you didn't want to do it anymore, but you can't really sell it then.
Yeah. Whoever that support person is probably gone now after putting a statement out there like that.
I'm sure. And just, I'm not saying it's a big deal, and the more we look into it, the more it seems like it may have just been a big miscommunication somewhere, but it's still just, again, a lot of unnecessarily bad PR where they didn't need it. Especially these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where we are at 76. I am going to be returning to 76. I'm about 80 to 90% done with my 100%. I got to a point where I said, I have to wait for patches. Like, I'm doing the 100% like I said I would, but I've got to wait for patches. And crazily enough, even after all this ranting, if you watch me play this game, I'll go a good hour, 2 hour, not hit any bugs, and have a great time the whole time. Like if there are moments of greatness in this game. Unfortunately, it's only when you get lucky and don't get the bugs. But
Yeah.
that makes me so sad for it, because the world is beautiful. There's some really cool quest lines and lore. Like, there's so much quality. You know what? Here you go. The way I feel about Fallout 76 is kind of the way I feel about ESO, where I love Elder Scrolls and I don't want to play ESO, but there's so much good lore that's being wasted from like my single player Elder Scrolls games. I feel that way about Fallout 76. There's a lot of good Fallout lore in here. It's just, you got to play Fallout 76 to get to it. You know, like that's kind of the way we're looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it, disregarding like all the state of Fallout 76, etc., I just commend you for going 100 hours with how the internet has been responding to this game and knowing what chat must have looked like, getting a sense of it, and just the chat right now with like the hate against this game. That I could not do that shit, and it wasn't necessarily defense of the game. It was just like, yeah, you guys are right, but I'm gonna keep playing.
Yeah, that's basically what a lot of the streams have been, JP. Where it's just like people come in, and it's like, I can't believe he's playing this shitty game. I'm just like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with you. If trust me, and it's the kind of thing where people for a while thought I was being a shill for Bethesda.
Oh,
by just playing the game. And what's hilarious is, and people kept telling me, because I have a thoughts video up for this game, and people kept telling me that, like, even in the YouTube videos, like, oh, this guy's just a shill for Bethesda. Like, don't worry about this guy. You watch my thoughts video, I literally say in the video, I can't recommend this game.
Right.
And then I go back to the comments and I'm like, do you think they paid me to not recommend the game? Like, is that how deals work these days? Like, let me pay you to make a video not recommending this product.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, I might be the worst shill that's ever been made.
Maybe so. Yeah. Well,
don't hire him. Like, all he does is shit on the games you've hired him to promote.
Right?
I love that. I want to end on this. Let me set this up real quick, because you're at a perfect point here, and whatever you're playing in this game, to have this thing right here, and we'll just leave this as our final thoughts on Fallout 76. Sorry, I'm trying to set this up. There we go. That's Fallout 76. That's Co after 100 hours of Fallout 76.
It's just weird mutated bug thing, frog machine things.
Yeah.
I love how this game is called generic early access game, by the way. That's pretty great.
Yeah, of course. Anyways, that's...
For the record, now that I've all said all this, I really hope that in a drop frame show down the road, I can tell you guys that Fallout 76 is a good game. I really hope in the weeks to months to years that it may take that I can actually come onto the show and tell you that. Yeah. I will be the first to tell you if we get there.
Okay. All right. Let us know.
Yeah, like people are saying in chat, hopefully like No Man's Sky. Like, I'm hoping Bethesda will
Sure.
pull an NMS with this and turn a buggy mess of unfinished mechanics into an actual game. I think that applies here as well, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that the hurdle that they have to jump over is much bigger than what the No Man's Sky is, because No Man's Sky was like an indie game. Bethesda, like that's the biggest part about all this, is like Bethesda is the one that like did this. So anyways, we can talk about it ad nauseum, and most of the internet already has. So if you guys want more of the hate brigade on Fallout 76, it's out there. Just Google it. Just go find it. That's Coast Thoughts. I know a lot of people are wanting it on the
anywhere
show.
On the internet. Just go to a website, a home cooking site, or maybe a knitting site.
Totally.
There'll probably be shit on there about 76.
Yeah, without a doubt. Let's talk Red Dead for a little bit. But go ahead, Zeke, before we do that.
Last thing on Fallout 76, I just want to say you're welcome, Co, for having crammy mayonnaise pop up from time to time.
Yeah.
Dude, that is fantastic. Every so often when I'm zoning, that'll pop up, and it's magical, dude.
So in terms of Red Dead, the reason that we're bringing it back up, I've put my thoughts out there on the show specifically. I know Zeke played it sometime in the past 4 weeks since we haven't done a show. So I'm curious your thoughts on it, Zeke. And also, I think, Co, did you end up finishing the main story? Okay, so we'll get your thoughts on the main story and kind of the game as a whole. So Zeke, Red Dead 2, what do you think?
Seriously, it is a super meh for me. Like, it's not bad, but I don't know, man. It's not grabbing me like I want it to. However, bear in mind that I do a lot of fucking around, like a lot of just dumb shit on purpose just to see what happens. It takes me longer to get through story, or to get to the story and shit. But the story in and of itself has not really taken me yet. And this is after 3 broadcasts of it, 20 plus hours of playing it. And I think after that amount of time, it should have the story should have hooked me in.
Yeah.
And I just I'm not invested in the characters all the way yet. I still have a long way to go, I'm sure. But and also I waste time on shit like this. Like there's this fucking legendary bear that I spent like an hour trying to like sleep and come back. It'll respawn. Like you do this and do that. Like when I could have just gone to a previous save and done the entire mission again in like 20 minutes. I wasted time trying to figure out how to do this because I wanted to know how to do it in the future in case there was a legendary thing that I wanted to kill and it wasn't there.
Yeah. The best way that I've thought a lot about how to describe this without getting just a shit ton of hate, which I think a lot of streamers do because it's hard to express ourselves as streamers when it comes to opinions and not garner hate for those opinions. I feel like Red Dead 2 is like going to the best sushi place in the world and not liking sushi. Because I think like from a technical standpoint, this game is fucking amazing. And I think what like Rockstar did across the board, it is insanity. But I don't like Westerns and the world was a little bit boring for me because I'm just not interested in it. I've been told that like the characters and everything pick up like 10 hours in the game, but 10 hours is a lot of time for something to pick up for me. And so that's where I'm at. Like I just don't like the genre is really what it boils down to for me.
And people like talking like every time I complain about how slow it is, they want to talk about realism and shit. And it's like, yeah, realism can only go so far in a video game. Like I want more, I'll take quality of life a lot of times over making it like, I'm going to bend over and pick this thing up.
Yeah.
I'm going to bend over and pick the other thing up. How many things are in this drawer? There's 4 things in this drawer. Well, you're going to have to pick up every single one.
I didn't like that
every
as
motion.
Well. Yeah.
Every time. I'm just like, dude, and the inventory system is fucking garbage. It is fucking awful. I hated the inventory system.
The UI is shit, I think for the UI specifically is bad, but like did you go into a shop and like browse the catalog, Zeke, to see items? Because that to me, like that is a bad UI, but the like I guess design is what like the thought and the actual work put into that is just insane to me. Like that.
Oh, for sure.
That shouldn't exist. Like they shouldn't make a fucking catalog where it has every single item with like crazy details and shit, but they did. It's not necessarily the most effective UI, but it's still fucking incredible to see that in a video game. From my point of view.
I absolutely agree with you. The UI or the way it looks is fucking astounding. Like everything in this game looks and sounds like near perfect.
Yes.
It's so goddamn good.
Yeah.
There's just like little like gamer things that need like could use some improvement. Keep the way it looks. But like when you're looking through a catalog, flip that page fast. When I go to the next page, flip it. Like little 1 second cuts of time. It will improve quality of life so fast or so much. The gambling, because I'm a gambler, I love it when they put it in a game and I'll always like stop and try it, is horrible. It is horse shit, boring, awful.
Why is this so
like
bad?
No wonder you don't like the game.
I'm just thinking like for someone who likes the mini games, sometimes more than the core game, that it is just fucking awful. You can't like when you're playing the blackjack game, you can't like change, like keep the view changed. I want the top down view, but gotta hold down the button for it. Like fuck you. I want to press the button and fucking just look.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so dumb. Also, no speeding up during blackjack. In poker, there's somewhat speeding up, but you know what part they don't speed up? The fucking boringest part when they're gathering their chips and passing the deck and gathering the cards and passing. You can't skip that.
Sure.
It's just fucking ridiculous. Now, and the reason why I pointed out is not just because of gambling. I'm saying like there are so many little tiny time cuts that you can make to move the game along more quickly.
Sure. Yeah.
That would make the quality of life of this game so much better. I don't mind like the fast travel. Like, of course, I'm going to complain about that, but and it unlocks later. Like you get the stagecoach and that kind of shit. But like to start out with, you have to travel a lot and on foot or on horse, and there's no way around it. Like you can't until you unlock fast travel, you're kind of stuck doing that shit.
Yeah.
Which proves to slow down the game again.
Totally.
And that's like Rockstar, right? That's like their MO from forever.
Yeah. I agree with everything you said, and it's one of the reasons why I only put 7 or 10 hours into the game. But there are still moments like when it came back to this and showed you by the fucking lake, and I'm just like, God, that has to be like the best looking game of the year. Like there's no question about it. It's just insanity when it comes to like what they were able to do on what platform is this? Is this PS4?
Yeah, this PS4 Pro.
Okay. Yeah, the PS4 Pro and Xbox One don't have like too much difference in it graphically. I think Xbox One is a tad bit prettier, but it still looks fucking incredible. I can't wait to see what it looks like on PC if it ever does come out. And that if I end up playing this game like fully and doing the story fully, it'll be on the PC. Only because the game will look so fucking good that a lot of the other stuff will kind of go away.
And keybinds. Like
keybinds should be incredible. Sure.
Oh my fucking God. The controls are Rockstar controls, and I've always hated them. I was gonna say they're terrible, but that's not stating an opinion. My opinion of Rockstar controls are fucking horrible for me. I hate them, and I've always hated them.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah. But let's talk about like what is actually good about this game, because I don't want everybody to like. I played it for 3 full days. I wouldn't do that if I wasn't enjoying the game. The good parts about the game. First thing that comes to my mind, just how many hilarious fucking moments you have out of nowhere. Like you'll be like, and some of it has to do with the terrible controls. Like you'll be riding a horse, and there's like the trees have like magnets.
The trees spawn in front of you, Zeke. Let's just be honest. But they spawn in front of you.
Well, they don't though. They have like, if you go too close to a tree and you don't touch anything, it'll like move you around it. Yeah. But if you try and correct the way they don't want you to, right into the fucking thing. And I did that with trees. I did that with bridges, like underpasses and shit like that. Like, I'm going to go to the left. And they're like, no, you're supposed to go to the right. So we're just going to fucking smash you in the goddamn abutment. Yeah. And shit like that. So funny shit like that happens all the time. Like and stuff that is actually planned by the game. You'll be walking by and you'll look to the left and this guy's like, hey buddy, punch, just gets kicked in the fucking face by a horse, which is hilarious. And that's planned. That's like, not an accident. That's supposed to happen.
Right.
But planned and accidental funny things are among my favorite things to find in the game. Second, the voice acting, it's there. You can't do better. It's
probably the best. Yeah. Like
it's the best voice acting.
I thought the characters
probably like on par with any other like super good voice acting game.
Yep. The characters were incredible or are incredible.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't even play the characters obviously grow and there's Co can probably speak to this in terms of how they change and stuff throughout the story, but I played for 7 hours and immediately was like, these characters are fucking insane. Like they have so much like depth to them and just how they actually talk, and like I could totally get attached to them if I didn't have to walk around in this world constantly. So yep. I agree with it. And also the music. I'm not sure if you mentioned just the sound in general is fucking amazing throughout this entire thing.
There is one like little caveat I would say about the music. Like some of the best tunes you don't get to hear very often. Like you hear them once for a certain scene or situation, and then that's it. You don't get to hear them again, like in the game. And I'm like, man, I wish they put those awesome like bluegrassy like folk music shit like more, peppered more throughout the game. Yeah, for sure. But buy the OST. Yeah, thanks, Kalis. That's exactly what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna go buy the OST because that's what I was fucking talking about. I'll just put the OST on while I'm playing the game and just turn the music off.
There you go. That works. I'll take it around that.
Ouch.
Sorry, Kalis. Find a burn center near you. There's Wikipedia.
It was like the most like obvious and dumb thing to say. It's like, well, if you like the music by the OST, it's like, yeah. I can't let that slide. Anyway, what else? Beautiful, gorgeous, like some of the best outdoors scenes and like scenery and all that kind of shit, shadows and light and all that stuff is fucking beautiful. I won't say it's better than like any of like all of the games that have come out this year. It is better than most.
What would you say looks better? I'm just
There's
curious.
a couple out there.
What? Is that game of the year?
War, first of all.
I think that's going to be a good discussion for game of year because we'll probably have like a best looking category, or like.
Well, here's where God of War trumps Red Dead.
Mm-hmm.
They had to make up shit. Like Red Dead had like they could look at a tree and go, "That's a tree," but like if you're gonna make like a giant God built structure, you have to make it up.
Could it not be argued though that making something look like something that actually is real and having that to judge against in your brain is harder to do than like making a fucking dragon? Because no one's ever like seen a dragon.
I would wager that it's harder to make a dragon that looks like it would be real.
Okay, I think that's a philosophical argument in some sense. Like,
okay,
that there's not a clear-cut decision there.
Glass half full kind of stuff.
Yeah. But I'm like, without a doubt, God of War is definitely in that ring of amazing-looking games of the year, without a doubt.
Okay.
So,
well, and here it's all. This is all taste. There's no right or wrong answer on that on the artistic question. As a viewer, I am more impressed personally by making a fantastic creature that doesn't exist look like it's real. Like with real, looks like it has, if it has blood, like it has like blood flowing through its veins and it's
Yeah.
What'd you say, Coke?
So like I was gonna say like anatomically believable. Like it's a huge deal, for instance, in a game when you see a dragon or a mythical creature lumber by and you can see, like a good example is Monster Hunter. And you can see the muscles tensing with each step.
Exactly.
And like you can see where they're pulling the fingers and arms and legs. And you're sitting there going, holy shit. Like if I saw a real picture of this, I could just be like, oh, it's real. Or if I saw a picture of this and someone told me it was real, I'd be like, oh okay.
Yeah.
That's a far better example. Totally. Cause I'll be impressed by the monsters in Monster Hunter well before I'll be impressed by a realistic horse.
Totally. By the way, completely tandem conversation. Did you guys see? Your phone's going crazy.
I'm so sorry about this phone, guys.
No problem. Did you guys see the Monster Hunter?
Vibrate, right?
Yeah. Did you guys see the Monster Hunter movie shot with Mila Jovovich or whatever in it? Like the actual real live action Monster Hunter thing?
Oh my really? God. Oh my God. They are just going to. They're gonna Avatar it. They're gonna they're
gonna Resident Evil it. They're gonna.
It.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he is Resident Evil. Yeah.
I kind of feel like I don't want to discredit Mila Jovovich, but I feel like that the reason that she got that is because she worked on so many Resident Evil games and has close ties with Capcom. They're like, oh yeah, we'll just put her into Monster Hunter. It looks that movie is going to be a thing to behold for sure. I can't wait.
Like they just heard the name of the fucking game or like, let's make a movie. Do we need to look at like all the games and hours that people put into it? No, it's Monster Hunter. Like, how fucking hard can it be?
Apparently, her husband is like the director.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, that's not a good look. That's never a good look.
Well, no. Good. Mila's good. Mila's good no matter what. Like, she's a good actress.
Lilu Dallas multipass.
It's true. It's her best role.
She can't take that back, man.
Like, I'm sorry. I've blocked that out of my goddamn memory. 'Cause it's so bad.
The movie?
The movie? You said you blocked the movie or the phrase?
The Fifth Element. Yeah.
You don't like the movie?
I hate it.
Wow. That's like a really.
I know, right?
Damn.
Unpopular opinion.
That's
Fifth Element sucks.
How can you say that when you have such lit AF hair?
Yeah, you're basically a walking multipass yourself. Like,
right? You almost look like her a little bit.
No, I am a meat popsicle.
Fair enough.
You do look like her a little bit with that hair. Oh my God. Could you cosplay as her before you get rid of that hair?
You should, Zeke. You should do a Lilu Dallas.
Like with that cool little like weird plastic thing she puts on.
It was like rubber.
I'm gonna do the Band-Aid suit.
Yeah, the Band-Aid suit. Do the Band-Aid suit. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Done.
You won't get banned for that.
Charity. There it is. For charity. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
It'll be a charity incentive.
Boom.
Lilu Dallas cosplay for Zeke. If we raise $50,000 for St. Jude.
Jesus. Already setting
Spend
a
this
limit,
time
too.
now growing your hair out so then you can re-dye it again and do the little like dread things, and then it'll be perfect. Perfect.
Absolutely. What I'm doing.
Anyways, let's get back to Red Dead. Sorry, that was my fault. Co, what are your thoughts on Red Dead? Me and Zeke have kind of.
What are my thoughts on Red Dead? Okay, so I was okay. I'll brief. So I didn't finish RDR 1.
What are your thoughts on Red Dead, Co?
It's okay.
Tell me your thoughts on Red Dead.
It was okay.
It sounded like his brain flooded the engine.
Yeah, well, it was like I didn't even know where to start. But like I didn't finish RDR 1. I wasn't going to play RDR 2, but then all the stuff came out, and they were saying it was an amazing and Rockstar, 100-hour weeks, all that stuff. So I said, okay, I'm going to try it.
Mm-hmm.
So I started playing Red Dead 2 at TwitchCon, and I played it for like 4 or 8 hours at TwitchCon, and I remember thinking like, this is cool. Like it's Witcher 3 plus RDR 1. Like it's kind of, like this is a little bit more my jam. I'm still not big into Westerns. I'm not big into historic realism, but the mechanics and the game itself are pretty cool and they get me along. So I played enough to kind of get hooked by the characters and story. How spoilery can we get with this, JP?
I mean, I'm probably not going to play it. I think Zeke might be done with it as well. So as long as it's not like super in-game spoiler, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I'll put my hands
I'm going
up
to
for
talk
spoilers.
about the story, but not like what happens in the story.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the short answer is there's things about like about halfway through the game, the main character has at many times made quips to kind of like preface the rest of the game. Like expectations start getting managed, like not in a bad way, but in a way where you're just kind of like, oh, it's a Western, and they're kind of telling us what's going on and how the world's developing, and it all kind of links in. And it's the kind of thing where I was hoping to be surprised by the story. I was hoping that it would take me on like a journey, and it ended up being more of a like, it wasn't nearly as interesting as I was hoping. And I finished the game going, if it wasn't for the really good characters, I probably wouldn't have been half as interested as I was in this game. Like it's the kind of thing where I felt like the story was okay, but the way that they told it and the way that they presented it was what really made it something kind of special. But at the end of the day, I feel like that it was so kind of like, I don't want to say like traditional, but it was just kind of like I didn't really get much out of it. I was hoping to get a lot more, and I didn't get much out of it.
Okay.
And that whole thing kind of like when I was done with the last part, I was just kind of done. I didn't really feel any urge to go back or 100% it or anything like that. Like it would the whole experience to me was just kind of okay. And I went in expecting to be like super wowed, and I just finished it kind of like, okay, so that was Red Dead 2.
Sure. What is it and you might not be able to answer this because I'm not sure if you watch a lot of Westerns, but is it a like Western story in that
sort
sense?
of?
Okay.
The best way I can say it is a cliche becomes a cliche because the story it tells is something worth telling over and over again. And I feel like that's kind of like what this game is. It's kind of cliched, but at the same time, it's still good. And Rockstar does a really good job of turning that still good into a pretty damn great experience.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not.
By the way, I stole that line from Blacklist. That show is awesome.
Blacklist is
We can agree on.
James Spader is a pretty good person
Pretty
when
great.
it comes to acting. Yeah.
Yeah, James Spader's pretty good in everything.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Secretary, watch it. It's awesome.
I agree.
And somebody in chat said, so Co, how does it compare to Witcher 3 after finishing it? Witcher 3 by far. Like I felt like the story and at the end of the day, there was a lot more in Witcher 3 that was much more my speed. And even though I was kind of wondering if I would kind of get them near when I started playing RDR 2, like I kind of told myself, is this going to be like a Witcher 3 experience? When I was done with it, nah. Like Witcher 3 is still just in my opinion, through my tastes, way above.
Okay. All right.
Even in the current state. Like
Sure. I think it might come back up in some Game of the Year discussions, so we're not done completely with Red Dead. But either of you guys got to check out Red Dead Online, by the way? Is that anything that you're interested in?
no real plans here. What about
Okay.
you, Zeke?
I actually do want to check this out. I want to try and do the actual like full on RP cowboy shit because this is in my wheelhouse. Like this is fucking Montana, born and raised. Like I can do this shit. Like this shit ain't shit to me. Tell you that much. I'll be the fucking rootinest, tootinest motherfucker out there. It'll be great. Okay. I can't. No, I seriously. I'm going to block off some time to actually really do it because I missed the GTA RP thing, because like I played GTA 5 like way a long time ago, and then this whole thing like craze popped up for a little bit, and I kept thinking about it, putting it off. And I never really got on it, but this one I could see myself doing it.
Okay. Let me see what else we got. Man, there's so much shit that we're just not gonna be able to talk about. Hitman 2, we can spend like 5 or 10 minutes on because I think that's about as much time as we'd like to spend on it because it's Hitman 1 with a better looking engine. Zeke, did you end up finishing it?
I did actually.
Okay, so did I. Well, I finished.
I played the game the wrong way.
I finished. I want to go back to that. I finished it in the sense that the last level just crashed on me. There's nothing I could do to get it not to crash. So I couldn't actually do like the final mission, but I could watch the end cutscene because how the game is structured. So like the last level,
there's already so little content as it is. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. I think when I was trying to play it, it was like 5 or 6 times. It wasn't just 1 or 2 crashes. It was like 5 or 6 crashes in the PC version. I don't know if that got patched or if that was just my setup or what. I think Lyric was having some crashes, but apart from that, if you've played Hitman 1, and you liked it, you'll probably enjoy Hitman 2 because it just seems kind of like a continuation of that whole thing. Zeke, what do you mean by you played it the wrong way? What does that mean?
0 stealth.
I mean,
nothing wrong with that.
I don't think that's the wrong way because that's kind of how I played it as well.
Was it? Okay.
It was
I gotta tell you, like that's the way it's. I played the first one with some stealth, but I love playing those games and just doing smash and grab and just like trying to get the targets killed or whatever as fast as possible and just failing over and over again. It's so fucking fun because you figure out shit that works, that the chat, I love having the chat like go, I didn't fucking know you could even do that. Like, why would you run out in the middle of the goddamn, like in front of everybody? Because I remember one of my favorite moments from playing the previous Hitman was you're on a movie set and you have to kill this guy who is like the main character.
Yeah.
I ran up to him.
Just hit him and ran. Right.
And snapped his neck in front of everybody with the cameras and everything and just ran away. And it was like 2 minutes and I was done.
Yeah.
Nice shot, by the way.
That was a great shot, by the way, JP.
So here's the thing with that shot, by the way. I'm pretty sure if you just shoot the car in general, it hits. You don't have to like hit the actual person because that was the type. I'm right there with you, Zeke. There might even be another clip of me if I can try to find it. It's in that same mission. There's like a Ted. I don't remember his name. Ted Mendez or something like that, who's like the general, the army guy in that map that you can like grab. If you rush to exactly where he spawned, you can just throw a brick at him in the center of that area, take his gear, and no one will see you. For whatever reason, everyone's head's turned and they just won't see you at all. So I played it exactly like you did, Zeke. I would the first time through any level, it was me just fucking running into a place, shooting the guy from as far as possible, and then just running and getting someone else's gear, which is a way to play that game. But I think that the Hitman, I don't want to say proper way, but the way to get the most out of Hitman 2, and Zeke, feel free to tell me I'm wrong on this, but the way to get the most out of Hitman 2 is to go and do all the different ways that you can kill people and like figure out how that map works and then turn off like, because the tutorial is basically like, go here, get this thing, click this thing, kill this guy, grab his thing, and then wait here for the guy that you're supposed to kill to come around, and then you kill him and you walk away. Like, it's very, very handholdy, and I don't think it's the best way to play. Because it basically, like, it's like the AI does everything for you in that sense. So it
Well,
wasn't it wasn't the most fun, I would say.
I watched the clip of you like taking out that general dude. Like I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I went like one way, tried to go really fast. I kept getting caught. So I was like, let's try another way. Tried to go through security and go really fast. Couldn't do it. And then I went to the left and I was like, oh shit, no one's here. And then it was like the target thing popped up. I went, what the fuck is this guy doing here?
Yeah.
This is easy. Punk. I threw a fucking crowbar at him. He just falls down. And that's, oh my God. It's some of the greatest moments I have in this game are when people notice you and then you throw something at them. Like, they'll come around the corner. They're like, what the fuck? And
it's a clip generator, dude. It's so funny when you hit someone with like a fire extinguisher. There was one where you could hit someone with was it like a tiki torch or something like that? You can also throw a newspaper at someone, and you throw a newspaper so hard that it knocks the guy out. Like a newspaper. You're just in the middle of like a neighborhood, walk up, grab a newspaper, and just fucking hit someone in the head with it. It's great.
Once I got the fish, like that was it. I was done. It was fish all day, every day.
Yeah,
like everybody I could knock out with a fish, I would do it. It was great.
Yeah.
I love the things like you pick up certain things and it's not suspicious, and you pick up other things and they are suspicious because whatever costume you're wearing, it has to go with that costume. Like if you're a technician, you can have a screwdriver, but if you're like a royal guard, you wouldn't have a screwdriver. So that kind of shit is fun, but it's also fun to see like what is not suspicious on certain people. Like I was like this security guy. I picked up this robot arm, and that I'm just walking around with, like this huge robot arm just all day. No one even cared.
Yeah.
They're like, yep, that's what he's supposed to have.
He's supposed to have that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, how long did it take you to do everything? Because I didn't do the final mission, but I did play the final mission, and I think it counted that against my playtime. But it wasn't like finished, and I did it all in 5 hours and 50 minutes, which is not long at all.
It says I've played Hitman 2 for 13 hours. So
okay. Yeah,
that's with a lot of fucking up and fucking around and shit. Like it's probably, people were saying like 5 to 10 hours to do the main missions, but
same.
That's another thing. When people say it's too short, yeah, sure. But like all the side shit you can do and all the different ways you can complete it. Like there is so much stuff to do within each level. It's like they created like, how many new levels or how many new like locations? Was it like 6?
5 or 6?
5 or 6.
Whatever they did though. They're so well fleshed out. They've got so much detail with every single area. So many different like things to do to figure out how to kill these people, how to, take care of your mission and all that kind of stuff. Like that's the game. And I totally agree with, like, that's the game. Like doing shit suit only. Nobody notices you. Like I don't know what it's suit only, and I don't know the name of it. I'm
not sure.
It's or achievement you get.
Chat might be able to help.
The ghost thing.
Silent Assassin. There it is.
Okay, gotcha.
Suit only Silent Assassin. Though, like I did a couple of those on the first Hitman, but only like the easiest ones because those are fucking hard. They're hard as fuck, but worth it. So rewarding when you get it done. Like you get out of the mission, and you're like, you got your fucking suit on, you're clean, everybody's dead, no one saw you. You're just like, that's the game.
Yeah, I think that's the game that I'll recommend if it goes on sale. Pick it up. I think it's $60 unless you're like a diehard Hitman 1 fan. 60 is a lot to ask, I would say, but I would assume it's going to go on sale at some point, and it might be worth grabbing there. Did you check out the multiplayer, by the way? Did you play? I played one game in the multiplayer, and it's when I didn't know what I was doing in Hitman, and so I just got completely obliterated. But did you check out the multiplayer at all, Zeke?
I did not.
Okay. It's interesting, I guess. You're basically like a target pops up, and you and the other person are not in each other's world, but you can see him. So when he's next to the target, he'll kill him in some way or kill the person in some way. And then you basically have a countdown for you to kill it. If not, then they get the point. And it just kind of goes on. I don't know how many points it is to win, but it keeps going after that. So it's not the worst, I will say, but I didn't feel like going back to it after I played it. So yeah,
I mean, this is the it's a good problem to have But it is a problem as a full-time streamer, is that there are so many fucking games that I want to go back to and play all the way through. It's just I only have so much free time. Like I want to go back and play things in my off time. Like when I'm, after I'm done with streaming and I've eaten dinner, like I want to play, but there's so time consuming that I have a backlog of like 100 games that I'm like, I'm going to get back to that one.
See, I'm in the opposite scenario because all I want to do, Zeke, is just play Path of Exile. Like I don't give a fuck about any other game right now except for Path of Exile, and I can't wait till next Friday. I'm unbelievably excited to just dump like 100+ hours into the league. So much so that every other game is not. I have more fun watching Sacriel play Path of Exile right now than playing a game myself. Like coaching and guiding him along. By the way, he bought the $500 pack in the first 25 levels of the game. So I did my due diligence. He's
what does that do for you?
Nothing.
It's like all cosmetic.
Yeah. Shannon was not happy with me.
Some currency and stuff.
Yeah, Shannon was not too happy. How much time? We got like 10 minutes. I'll just briefly talk about this because I told Zeke that I would yesterday.
Hitman 2, and it was fun too.
Oh, did you? I didn't realize you ended up playing it. That's how short the game was. I didn't realize you played it.
Because I played the whole thing through, beginning to end.
In one day?
On release, too, yeah.
Oh, okay. Jeez. I didn't realize. I know.
It was fun. I did it exactly the way that you said you didn't like. I actually had a good time with it. So basically, whenever the round would start, I would open up the predefined mission things, and me and chat would like pick a few that looked funny, and then we would like go through them and do them exactly how like little things did, and it led to some hilarious situations. Like they really set those up to try to be entertaining. Like some of them are just brutal, like putting people through shredders and stuff. Like it's messed up, but it's a lot of fun. Also, something kind of interesting, and I wanted to just real quick ask if either you did this. Every mission, has those predetermined ways to get people. And apparently if you like each mission has 3 of them. And apparently if you do those 3 specific stories, like something in that mission like unlocks like a lore or cutscene or something. Did you guys do any of that by any chance?
I don't think so. No, I didn't. I don't recall, honestly.
Yeah, whenever you finish a mission, there's like 3, I think 3+, maybe even more, where it's like if you do these certain ones, then it will unlock a bunch of stuff about the level or something. Oh, there's 5 per mission. Okay, well, dang. Well, anyway, a lot of replayability there for people that like it, so that's good.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's kind of been echoed a lot when you're just talking about the Hitman games in general. If you like the Hitman games, those games have a lot of shit for you to do. And the new games, or Hitman 2 specifically, has larger levels with more stuff to do in them. You just have to enjoy the Hitman games in that regard. So I would say wait for a sale. At $60 is a hard ask, especially if you're on the fence in terms of if you enjoy it or not. What else? Oh, Zeke wanted me to talk about this because I finally played it after his recommendation. Did you ever play Celeste, Co? You need to take a day and play Celeste. It won't take you very long. It is surprisingly good. And I say surprisingly because, like, to me, in platforming, Super Meat Boy is kind of like the peak. And this does some stuff where I'm just kind of like, maybe Super Meat Boy actually has like a competitor now in my brain. Because it's fucking amazing. The stuff that it does is so clever. The story it's not bad. It's a little like on the nose with what's going on, but I won't spoil anything other than that. But I had an absolute blast with this game. It's like, I think it was on sale for like $10 or something like that. And it's just a great fucking platformer that builds it. It does this cool thing where it builds on itself till the very last area. And I think Zeke talked about this as well when he was talking about it on the show, however long ago that was. To where the game just constantly keeps building on itself in terms of everything that you're learning. And in the last levels, you're doing it all at once, and it just comes together in such a cool fucking way. And it's not long. So
how long is not long?
6-7 hours for me.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you beat it.
But that's skipping like all of the. It's like going through Meat Boy and not collecting any like the bandages.
Right. Yeah, there's 100 and.
You know what I'm talking about, Co?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like
yeah.
the little
there's like strawberries in the game, like that are held within like more challenging rooms in the level, and that's what like is the most time consuming is trying to get all of those. And a lot of people do, but if you just burn through it, then yeah.
I collected 2. There's like 150.
So, you almost had it.
Yeah, like that's the other thing is, I never like got. I think this speaks to the quality of the game. Is someone who will frequently rage when playing a game, and specifically rage at chat if they're backseating. I never once raged during this game. The entire time I died, I was like, "Oh, I fucked that up. That was my fault." Anyways, let's move on. Like it was just a fun experience. I don't know if that's because the music kept me like the music in this game is probably the best part of it.
I was just gonna say,
Did I not watch this part?
It's a little spoiler. I'll move out. Yeah, let's do. Yeah, here's just something earlier. So like, there's a billion different types of mechanics, and it's fun just kind of learning all those. So that's just great.
Chat was going crazy about like you can collect musical tracks called B-sides and C-sides that you can get. They're hidden like this, like the strawberries. They're collectibles.
Yep.
I'm not gonna shit.
It's good,
but the music is fucking top goddamn notch. It not only well done, but it perfectly sets the mood of the game.
Yep.
And that's a rare thing when you get to an area. It's like, okay, it gives you the feeling of the beginning of Mega Man 2 when the building's going up, and then you see Mega Man drop down on the top of the building and you hear that that feeling it gave you.
Yeah.
Celeste has a lot of that.
Yes.
For me, at least.
I've just felt like a sense of like tranquility with the music in a game that is not actually about tranquility at all, really, story-wise. So I didn't listen to any of the B or C side music, which is apparently like some of the best music in the game. But the like main story stuff is really good. Is really good. So I would recommend trying to play this before Game of the Year stuff, Co. For sure.
I should have prefaced it by saying like it's not the same feeling. The tune is completely different. I'm saying it gives me goosebumps because it fits so well.
Yes, I will.
That's what I should have said like more clearly.
Yep, I'll agree with that. We got like 2 minutes. I think next week we might just be like, hey, this is what happened the past 4 weeks because we have a lot of shit to talk about.
We've got a lot more stuff to talk about. We haven't talked about the PoE League.
We could do that next week.
On my side.
Yep.
The Warframe update stuff.
One thing I want
week of indie games to talk about.
Yeah, you got a lot of indies. One thing I would love for you guys to do, and I don't know if Co has a PSVR. Do you have a PSVR?
I do. Resident Evil 7, man. Best VR game available.
Okay, I thought you played that on PC. But anyways, buy Tetris Effect and play it off stream or on stream. It doesn't matter. Just go play that game. It is.
Let's see what I can do.
It's man. Did you end up playing it, Zeke?
I have not yet. It's on my list of fucking like Game of the Year contenders, top 10 contenders, of which I have to play Spider-Man, Tetris Effect, 1 Hour 1 Life, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Pathfinder, Octopath Traveler, We Happy Few, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and Darksiders 3, which I'm going to pick up later today.
Nice.
Did you play any of that, Co?
Oh, dude, I have like 5 of 7 sins down on the hardest difficulty.
Nice.
It has been an ordeal. Oh my god.
I've heard it's difficult.
Dude, something about Darksiders 3 that I didn't know. Normal, hard, apocalyptic. And as you go up in difficulties, it reduces your iframes and your dodge.
Dan was saying that. Yeah, that's
the hardest difficulty that I'm on, dude. Like your timing, it's insane. And almost every boss hits you 2 hits and you're dead. Like it has been a brutal experience. It's been a huge amount of fun though. Like it's been awesome. It's like an actiony Dark Souls. It also borrows heavily from Dark Souls, like crazy heavily, in a good way. But anyway, we'll talk about that. Also, like I just realized, have I ever talked about Thronebreaker on this show?
I think we did 1 week.
I talked about it. I remember that.
Yeah,
we talked about it.
Yeah, I think we talked
Dude,
about it
I
briefly.
put over 40 hours into that game and beat it.
I don't think you
there's
finished it yet, so we can bring that up next week as well. There's a bunch of stuff. But
for sure.
my only ask, your homework for the week, play Tetris Effect. And just forget the chat exists, play it offline, and just get to the last area. It won't take you that long.
Let me ask you this. Does it, like, is it a workout or is it just like,
No.
not intense? Okay.
Well, I mean, it's intense, but it's a weird game.
I meant
yeah.
Physically intense.
No,
Intensive.
you're not going to, you won't be doing a workout, but you may get to a point in the game for some fucking reason where it's like emotionally provoking, which is a really weird thing to say about a Tetris game, but I'm not joking when I say that. There have been multiple people, Danny O'Dwyer, a couple other friends on Twitter that have all said like, yeah, there's been a level or two where I've just like randomly had an emotional response to it, and it's fucking awesome. And I will agree with that as well. Also, Beat Saber is now out for PSVR, so I think I might check that out.
Can I
out as well.
play Tetris on PC or do I need a PS4?
It's PSVR only, unfortunately. Yeah.
I can do. I don't think it took that, but I can probably do that.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know if they have plans. That might be exclusive for the long run. I'm also going to check out. Ordered this on. This was my one Black Friday purchase. Was Astrobot, which is apparently another really good VR game that is PSVR exclusive. So I'll check that stuff out. Anyways, we got to get out here because we're over, and we got to do another show. And
Beat Saber for VR when, or for PSVR when?
Is that out already? I thought it was out.
No, Beat Saber's on. You can get it on PC, but I want it on PSVR
It is.
because
It already is. It's coming out.
Oh, it is
It's
now?
announced. Yeah. I don't know if it's out, but it's been announced.
Oh, okay. So we do know when.
No, it's out. 20th of November
it
it
is?
came out. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hell, man!
Yep.
Awesome, perfect.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to fucking bring in my goddamn Vive, and I can just leave it in my bedroom for porn. I mean, other things.
There's some
porn.
shout outs, Co. Get us out of here.
On that note, thank you guys so much for watching this week, everyone in chat. We really appreciate you being here. As always, big thanks to our guest, Dr. Lupo. He was awesome. Oh, wow, this is quite the slideshow. Sorry about my internet today, guys. It died like 4.5 hours ago. Most of the time, my net goes down a little bit and then like gets better a little bit later. Yeah, that's not how it worked today. And unfortunately for those, I was going to do the BattleTech DLC after the stream today. As you can see, that's not really going to be feasible. Hoping I can stream tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST, my normal time. But all I can say is stay tuned to my Twitter. We'll have to see. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Big thanks as always to JP and Zeke. It's been a huge amount of fun. Very much looking forward to the show next week because we got a lot to talk about, including the new PoE League and all sorts of fun. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.
Good stuff. Glad to be doing the show again. Zeke, some shout outs, sir.
Yo, big fat thank you to Dr. Lupo for hanging out with us. Always nice to have someone who is, deep in a world that I know barely anything about. So very informative and really, really cool guy and funny. He's a lot funnier than I expected, which is awesome. Thank you to JP, as always, for being my favorite co-host to do shit with every Wednesday. I will be broadcasting in about an hour. Going to be checking out Darksiders 3 for the very first time. Should be fun. I'm going to try and do it on the hardest difficulty. So there should be a lot of failure and rage and pain.
This is gonna be
and I'm sure you guys like that because my channel is all about Schadenfreude. But you can find me at Ezekiel_III or /Ezekiel_III on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Go follow, like, subscribe now.
Do it now. That's it. We're out of here. If you want to watch the VODs, they'll be up on YouTube later, or you can check out the MP3 where you can grab MP3s on iTunes and Spotify and all that place as well. Probably going to upload those after Far Verona, so in about 4 hours is when those will start going live. Only because if I do it now, it might lag the call. So I'd rather not do that for the next show. Anyways, don't forget, next Thursday, me, Zeke, Rami, and a fourth person who we're still trying to figure out who will be, are going to be covering the Game Awards live right here on the stream. So if you want to sit around and listen to a bunch of old people talk about our opinions on what's happening on the stream, we've got the stream for you. So we'll see you then. Until then, though, we're out. We'll see you guys next week on Wednesday, 1 o'clock Eastern for more Drop Frames. See ya.